Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us today is Hank Sheinkopf, and he's president of Sheinkopf Communications and represents the Democratic Party forever. I mean, and there's such a problem going on. Hank Sheinkopf, I used to be a Democrat along with you. And I still, I'm still a Bill Clinton Democrat, and I think it's horrible what they're putting him through because the man isn't guilty of anything, and all we're going to do is try to go after each other in the future.
Well, John, first of all, I'm happy to be here with you this morning on Sunday morning with your listeners. It's a disgrace what they're doing to President Clinton, and it's smart. It's deviously smart politics because they're going to. What is happening here is the Republicans are trying to use the Epstein scandal and all the tragedy and the disgrace of it as a means to secure their right-wing kind of moral base at the expense of Democrats by calling them immoral and going after Hillary and Bill Clinton, who do not deserve this at all. It's a disgrace, but it's more the problem of the Democrat Party is that you don't see Democrats getting up and saying this is outrageous that they're doing this to this extraordinary president who got rid of the deficit for the first time in, 60 years.
He worked very closely with Newt Gingrich. Those are the days where Republicans and Democrats sat together and did what's good for America, not just who kills who.
That's entirely correct, John. I think the Democrats are in deep trouble. I think that what they refuse to define and refuse to discuss is what is occurring around us, which is a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party, funded by who knows whom, likely outside the country sources, with one intention: to use it, to kill it, and then to use it as a launching pad for the Democratic Socialists throughout the nation. Because in many states, you cannot get on the ballot as a third party. So it's perfect for them, and they will destroy this country, unquestionably so.
The Democratic Socialist Party can never go anywhere. They'll get 2% of the vote if they go out as a Democratic Socialist Party. So they made a decision that they're going to take over the regular Democratic Party. And the problem we have, me and you know a lot of common sense Democrats, but a lot of them don't have the courage to stand up against them.
Absolutely. They're not going to, because they're not going to take the risk of losing their seats. Staying in government and holding your job is a lot more important these days than getting anything done. It's a pension, it's a good wage, it's health care, and it is also, a real job for people. And, public financing has made it more likely that people can remain in office who really shouldn't be there. So this is a whole different question altogether. But this hostile takeover of the Democratic Party is going to continue. We're seeing the impacts of it, like the incident in New York City this past week where police officers were pounded with snowballs, and the district attorney, who was elected with the help of the deep left, the Democratic Socialists, and Soros and others who put tremendous amounts of money in there, decided that those people should not be charged, that one man who arrested by New York City's detectives should not, in fact, be charged with anything serious. I mean, those snowballs could have been filled with ice, or some other device, some other element that would have really injured these people. And more importantly, if you have no respect for the law, you can do whatever you choose to do in the street. And if the mayor, who is known as the chief magistrate of the city of New York, can say it was really okay, then who knows what will happen to the rest of us come the summer and the fall and the years to come.
Now, you're a historian. You've been around forever like I have. I mean, is it going to take one big loss for the Democratic Socialists to be able to bring the Democratic Party back? Just like, who was the president that lost 49 states at one point, and then it came back to center?
Well, Bill Clinton was a great centrist.
Yes.
And we forget that. He brought the Democratic Party back to the center. He was strong on crime. The crime bill, which he probably regrets in some ways, was part of his legacy. He balanced the budget. He cut costs. He cut welfare. I mean, welfare reform was part of the Clinton legacy. And he was, in Arkansas, he certainly was no liberal as governor, nor was Hillary Clinton ever a great liberal. I mean, these are people who saw the government down the middle. So can the Democrats get back to that point? They're afraid they'll lose. They're afraid of everything. They don't take positions. They don't go out and fight. And that's why the left is winning the battle. Why? Because Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, without question, an anti-Semite, an anti-Israel, a person, and someone, if you don't like Jews and you want to destroy the state of Israel, then what do you think you're going to do to everybody else? It always starts with the Jews, John, but never ends with the Jews historically. So you have these people who are using issues that can ignite the worst in us to destroy the Democrat Party and then use it for their own benefit. It's really quite extraordinary.
Well, Hank Sheinkopf, let's monitor the situation. Let's see if we can bring common sense back to the Democratic Party, along with common sense in the Republican Party, and let's have common sense overall. Extremism in any direction is not good for our country.
You got to go back to the basic values, which are, I love the Olympic team, some of the Olympic medal winners, but if you look at them, some of those young people did not know the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. Unless we can get people back to thinking about America as a place where everybody belongs and where possibilities are endless and where we can make changes to make people feel as they do belong, then the Democrat Party will be lost. Simple.
Well, thank you, Hank Sheinkopf, and thank you for your common sense, and let's catch up again real soon.
Love to see you, John. All the best to you and your listeners.
At Manhattan University, a graduate degree is not out of reach. You'll gain real-world skills, credentials employers value, and connections to New York City's top companies. Choose from their new Master of Science degrees in healthcare informatics, digital marketing and analytics, business analytics, or financial analytics, all built around hands-on learning and industry partnerships. Graduate ready to lead, not just work. Take the next step at manhattan.edu/graduate. Manhattan University. Lead the future.